People are still coming in, so we'll keep letting people in for a bit. I have the hat full of names. I'm gonna stir them. All right, it is 7 o'clock. So I will, we'll kind of ease into this. There's still people coming into the room. Let me make sure the recording is on. Last year I did this. Yep, recording is this. I forgot to record it. I had to redo it all. Okay. So people are still coming in. So I'm going to kind of start with a slow welcome and then we'll kind of just ease into this. And so I just want to thank all of you guys for taking part in the scavenger hunt. It was so much fun to watch you guys having fun. And that has kind of been a passion of mine for a long time, is just to help people have fun with their horses. And so this has just been really cool to see. It was just amazing going through all of the photos, and I had a gal that checked them all in. I went through all of them and picked out stuff for the slideshow, and there's a lot of photos. So I'm gonna go back one. Uh-oh. Hang on, hang on. Okay. So just a couple of housekeeping things. I muted all. We need to have you guys muted for right now. Otherwise the recording is going to end up being a mess. There may be times, like, it's so fun to hear you guys laugh and at that cute little, or like laugh because you like her and that cute little girl. I don't know how to do that though without getting lots of people's background noise. So you guys can make comments in the chat. I'll probably see some of them. I don't know if I'll see all of them while I'm talking, but you guys are welcome to go ahead and make some comments as we go. The other thing I want you to know is you all did an absolutely amazing job. If I didn't use your photo, it might be because you had a couple of other ones that I thought were better for other categories, even though that photo might have been great or something. So don't take anything personally. There's hundreds of photos in this slideshow. Crashed my computer a couple of times, but it's been a wonderful problem to have. So we'll just, people are still coming in like gangbusters. So we'll get started here in a minute. Okay, so I was going to start with the selfies. And so on a lot of these, I kind of pulled out some of them that I really loved are kind of pulled out, but for the most part, there's just lots and lots of photos in here. So we're going to kind of just go through the selfies first. This was one of my favorites. And then this is a bunch of the grandkids that participated. It was so cool to see all the grandparents and grandkids participating. Some of them weren't horse kids, and so this was like their horse experience. Some of them were horse experience, did have horse experience, but this part of it was kind of an unexpected fun thing. And so then we'll start getting into some of the adult selfies. There was a lot of mother-daughter pairs. And we had people from all walks of life. You know, we had ranch people. We had people who have horses who are retired and can't, do things with them anymore. We also had people who were barrel racers, trail riders. Like, we had like this huge variety. And we had everything from a mini mule to a draft horse and everything in between. This one's pretty cool. I'm guessing there was a drone involved in that. So this is kind of not doing what I want it to do. Hang on. Skipping around on me. So let's be here. And then, okay, there's our selfies. So in the chat, I would love to know where you are from. And I might even, if I have time tomorrow, I might even do like a little stat off the address list and just see where everybody's from, because we have people from all over. I know there's a gal from Alaska in here. And then I've lots of people that live by oceans. When we get to the beach, you'll be amazed at the ocean pictures. So yeah, just people from all over. So kind of seeing in the chat, we've got Michigan, Florida, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Texas, California, Kansas, Florida, Arizona, Colorado, New Hampshire, Vermont, Nebraska, Texas, Massachusetts, Texas, Florida, California, Illinois, Washington, Idaho, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Missouri, Oregon. I'm skipping the duplicates, Maryland, Virginia. So this is pretty cool. I'll put together a list and we'll put that on the Facebook page. Okay, so the next thing was number 2. This was our bridges. So I started here with the pictures with out and about bridges, bridges that you might see in a state park or on a road. The drone picture is super cool. You'll kind of notice as we go through here that color really adds to the photos and really kind of catches the eye. You know, I really love this blue and pink. And then, so we've got some more natural out and about bridges. This thing is pretty crazy. That is long and narrow. It'd be kind of fun to know where that is. And then we have more bridges. So hopefully everybody took all these pictures here in the last couple of months since the start, you know, since the time that this ran and started, probably 6 weeks, whatever it is. But you guys get out. You'll see in our pictures, like there's all kinds of amazing, beautiful places that you guys have been. And then these were kind of some cool ones. That's like half a branch. This one's stacked on stacked up on rocks. It looks really neat. Here's some more adventurous ones. This is some beautiful scenery. Those are just beautiful pictures. These, now we're getting into more of the trail obstacle kind, so I thought you guys might like to see those. Might get some trail obstacle bridge ideas. These are decks. I thought it was kind of funny that three people used decks. There might have been a few more. So if I was going through pictures and I already had a whole bunch that were similar, then in that situation, I probably didn't use yours. Now we've got pallets, some other kinds of bridges. This one I like. So I do an event called a virtual trail rider challenge. I think in the last challenge, everybody had to stop on the bridge sideways with all 4 feet on it. So I thought that was kind of fun that we had that picture. And then here is some really fun bridges that are pretty creative. And so in the spirit of the bridge building, I'm going to give away 3 booklets, bridge building bundle. And there's a pattern for a rocking bridge, a teeter-totter, a rolling bridge, a square bridge, and a long, narrow bridge. So we're going to do give away 3 of those. And as we go through the slideshow, a lot of the prize numbers are off. You just have to forgive me because it was really hard to sort through all of the things. And so I'm going to grab 3 names for that. All right. We have Rhonda Fowler, and I'm just jotting them down in my notebook real quick. Edna Barron, and Diane Vigard. Okay, so you guys get a copy of that. The next question is, how long have you had your horse? Or we should say horses. How long have you had horses? I can turn up a little bit, I think, but I'm pretty much all the way up. So it's got to be you guys' devices. 15 years, 10 years, just under a year. Newbie, 3.5, 3 months, 1 year, 4 years, 2 years, 5 to 6, 5, 5, 5, a year. 20 since 2011, 21 years, 20 years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 decades. That's 50 years, 2 years, 7 years, 3 years, 40, 15, 30, all my life, my whole life for 1 year, 2 year. Yeah, so we have a huge variety here. Jackie's had them for 60 years. So I've been around horses all my life. I grew up with them, um, had various experience levels. I know I did really well with horses as a kid, and then as I became a young adult and I was in my 20s and I lost my childhood horse. Um, and then I went to try to get another horse. I went from having a horse that was my best friend to not really being able to get along with these other horses. And then that's when I kind of, after a period of time and struggling, I was introduced into the kind of horsemanship that I do now. And when I started learning the Vaquero style foundation, problem solving type of horsemanship, just everything changed. It was pretty amazing. But I've had horses all my life, but I've had really big success with horses since my early 30s. Okay, let's look at trees, plants, bushes that are not green. I just thought these were beautiful. And so this page, I kind of sorted a lot of these. So this page has different kinds of trees that are not green, some dead ones. This one is really very interesting. It'd be fun to climb on. And then we had a lot of pictures with corn. I picked a couple of the unique ones. And then we had some pictures with leaves. And then these were just kind of browns I thought were kind of neat. And I thought this was a good idea. This is a little just a horseshoe flower that she used. And then we got into some really pretty fall foliage. I was hoping things would change soon enough for you guys to use them. I wasn't quite sure when we started this. And then we have some yellows that I think are pretty cool. And so the next thing I want to give away, I'm going to give away three. So right before COVID, I started writing this book, How to Build Simple Trail Obstacles. And it was pretty crazy because the day before COVID, I had it done. I launched my first Facebook ad, and like it was a day or two later, the country shut down. And I had been traveling and teaching clinics and doing, traveling. And so all of that shut down. So this book and the stuff that I kind of sold with it supported me and three kids for like the first year or two of COVID. We sold that many of them. So I kind of have a soft spot for this book. It's actually a really, really good book. If you're interested in trail obstacles, not only does it tell you how to get started and how to build the basics, it also just has a ton of information in it that I think you'll like. So we're going to let's give away four of those. So BTO. Okay. Grabbing four names. All right. So the winners for those books, they're kind of Pam Ring, Zoe Huron, Amy Still, and Sue LaChance. All right. So congratulations. We have so much stuff to give away tonight. All right. What is your favorite activity to do with your horse? Trail riding, time together, trail ride, cross country, barrel racing, jumping, reining, barrel racing, camping, trails, obstacles, moving cows, barrels, they're going fast, drill team, liberty, trails, dressage, games, drill team, swimming, cow work, ranch shows, obstacles. So we have a huge variety parades. So that's really cool that we have this really neat variety of horse people all here having fun and making some really cool memories and having these really awesome photos to keep and enjoy. Mounted police, I like it. Driving, tricks, Western equitation. Nice. That's awesome. Great variety. All right, let's look at these shadow silhouettes. I kind of always tend to put these in because they turn out so beautiful. This one at the top, this number 4, has amazing texture to it. I just thought that was really neat. So these are all of, as we start, all the people kissing their horses. I thought that was a fun, common theme. And you guys will get the replay of this too when we're done. And then I went with people, for the most part, leading their horses. This one's riding. This one added a heart, which was kind of cool. And she had 2 horses there. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures here worth framing. And some more just on the ground. And then I went with people riding and their shadows. I think they're all beautiful. This page, these were kind of unique ones. Different, different angles, just different ways of seeing it. I thought they were all gorgeous. These 2 horses look alike, but I may or may not be the same horse. And then these were really unique. I liked these. This one with the shadow in the center is really neat.
I like the one when
And a
that
few
lady's kissing her horse.
and a few more of these really fun, colorful ones. I mean, these colors are just amazing. As I was going through these, I was kind of like, man, I wish I could make like a picture book of these or something. Um, okay, so there's an event that I run. It's called a Virtual Trail Rider Challenge. Some of you know me from those, some of you don't. But what you do is you sign up, you get a pattern, you set it up at home, you practice, and then you make a video, you send it in, we judge it, we place you, we send you ribbons. So I'm going to give away some entries for that. I think I'm going to do 5. So the idea here is to give away lots of things tonight. And I have stuff too. I'm just kind of just starting with these things. All right, so the first entry goes to Katie Judd. Janelle Klosterman, Donna Perry, Sue Neff. I know she's competed in them before. And Kennedy Beck. So congratulations. You have won a Virtual Trail Rider Challenge entry. All right. So these going to the beach photos were amazing. So check out these with swimming pools. I love it. This little mini mule like went to town to the water park. So these are just so fun. I smiled so much going through these photos. You guys put so much effort into these. It's just amazing to see you having so much fun. And so these are actually, out. This one up here I love because she set up the ocean, the beach, and you can obviously see it's the desert. So I thought that was really cute. And here's some more scenes that were set up. And then now these people actually went to water, which is really cool. This little girl is in a lot of photos. She did an adorable job. And this young man, he took his horse in the water for quite a few things. So they like water, so that's really cool. This picture over here is stunning. Just love it. And then we had this group of people that actually went to either the ocean or something that looks like the ocean. And so you can check all of these out. Pretty magnificent photos. And then this one, I left the words with it because I thought this was so cool. They are on Kodiak Island in Alaska. Um, isn't that amazing? And then that one was fun. It's really neat to see also just the people of all ages, from little kids to grandmas. And so, yeah, I thought that one was just colorful and fun. And I love the sunglasses on the head. All right. So everybody, what kind of horse do you have? What breed is it? Or is it a mule or a donkey? Or we have all kinds of things in here. So we have a Korab, a Payne, a quarter horse, a miniature mule, an Arabian. Oh my, these are going fast. Felt pony, Tennessee Walker, a lot of Mustangs I noticed. Halflinger, Appies, POAs, Peruvian. Yeah, that just makes it so much fun to see all these different kinds of horses. Mustang, it's gated, a Mystery Rescue, Appaloosa, Alpine Wild, Halflinger, Percheron Cross, Rocky Mountain, Saddlebred. That's really cool. All right. So now we're going to get into something inflated. So this kind of reminds me of, despooking class. And it looks like you guys have done your despooking very well. So we're going to start off with some balls. A couple of these people had their balls in the air. So I thought that was fun. Good timing. And then we went into these large creatures and some balloons. And it's just kind of fun to see what all you guys have. And then we've got these unicorns and ponies and people inside them. I'm pretty impressed that you're leading your horse in your unicorn suit. And then we had a lot of inner tubes. I had some pictures of the inner tubes that kind of concerned me. There was one where there was a kid and a pony both inside the unit inside of the inner tube, and it was a cute picture, but it's also just a kind of caused me some safety concerns. So when you guys are doing this stuff, just make sure you're safe. And here's some other really cool inflatables. This one's looking through an inner tube. He's chilling on his turtle. I have one of those. They're pretty cool. And check out the pink flamingos. That seemed to be a theme. So, yeah, aren't those cool? I love it when the horses are kind of there and they're not even being led. Like she's here and they're just hanging out, checking out the flamingo. And I think there's probably other ones, but these are the ones I grabbed. Halloween creatures. And so just to let you know, we're gonna do a Halloween scavenger hunt. I'll have the info out for that in the next week or so, letting you know when it's gonna start. So, oops. Oh, go back. All right. Well, shoot. This thing is touchy. Hang on. Bridge, trees, plants, shadows, beach, inflated. Let's go there. Okay. Prizes. It says halter and lead rope, but we're gonna do some kind of random-ish stuff. So these are still in bags, but they've got these little green halters. They've got these little silver horses on them. I thought those were pretty cute. So I've got two halters and I made two green halters. And those go to Kathy Raymond. And that one was blank. Allison Burdick. So congratulations. You'll be getting a very nice halter. Sorry, I hope I draw your name in a little bit. Okay, spider webs. These were so much fun. More getting ready for Halloween. Some of these pictures are just gorgeous. And you guys put so much time into it. I love it. This one up in the trees is really cool. It's a big spider web. And these are kind of naturally occurring ones, just found out and about. These are some created ones that were pretty wild. And these were ones that were, draped over horses. This one here in the trees, that's like an amazing amount. And then more spider webs that people created. So it's just fun to see you guys doing that. What is your favorite trail obstacle? Bridge, gate, mailbox, water, bridge, gates, noodles, curtain, dummy, teeter-totter, water, lots of water, uphill, bridges, mail, tarps, real water, gates, side passing, dragging a log, dragging mailbox, gates, wild animals. Seen a bear a few times. That's awesome. That's awesome and scary. Teeter-totter bridge, the sound of the bridge going across, feet going across the bridge, noodles, dragging a log. Awesome stuff. All right, I'm gonna get a few more prizes pulled out here. All right. What do we have? We have a whole box of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do a few more. I have a tough one, slow feed hay net. And that goes to Kayla Hennon. And I have a fly mask. It has some turquoise on it. UV-ator fly mask. Actually, let's see. Okay. And that is going to go to Teresa Berger. Let me grab another thing or two. All right, I have 2 bags of hair rubber bands. They are going to go to Terry Keene and Lindsay Evans. And then I have a grooming block. And it goes to Tia Kohler. And one more thing. Let's see. I have a main brush. Had to find things that are mailable. And that's going to go to Sissy McGraw. Okay, let's look at some more pictures. All right, sunset or sunrise. Guys, these are extraordinary. I mean, wow. Some of these are incredibly professional. Just like just about any of them, you could just, print them out and put them on your wall, and they're fabulous. Kind of like the silhouette in that one. They're just beautiful. I love this one. This one needs to be like over my sofa, I think. Okay, so that's an old one. We're ignoring that. But we're gonna do more prizes. Let's see, what do we have? All right. Let's see here. What's this? Yeah. All right. So this time we're gonna do this bag. You put your grooming stuff in it. It's got a drawstring on the top. So this is for a grooming bag. And that is gonna go to make sure I don't have two stuck together. Shelly Antle. So congratulations, Shelly. You get a grooming bag. All right, let's check out these flowers. Aren't these beautiful pictures? So these were kind of just the flowers that were around. Um, these are flowers added into hair, horsehair. Thought those were gorgeous. It might give you some fun ideas. And this is just a very colorful fly sheet. And then we have lots of sunflowers. So these are some of the sunflowers and a few more, a couple cute little kids. I tried to get at least a couple of everybody's pictures, so you'll just have to watch for them. This one looks like a senior picture. And these were my favorite flower pictures. I love this art on this horse. It's so gorgeous. I just love it. So now I'd probably take that horse out in a beachy area and take a portrait. But I thought that was pretty amazing. All right. If your horse could be another animal or a species or a plant or just something else, he'd be a dog, a border collie, a dragon, giraffe, ladybug, a curious cat, a lap cat, a deer, a cheetah, bunny, dolphin, Tasmanian devil, clown, turtle, oh my gosh, monkey, diva, human, piggy, velociraptor, a mean girl, a cookie monster, a panda bear. These are hilarious. A dragon, a lawnmower, Annie the pig, teenager, unicorn, something that bellies up to the buffet, a bulldozer, giraffe. That is fun. Another dragon, a jock, ostrich, a princess, a koala, a cookie monster, a cat, puppy. Nice. Okay. So the raindrops keep falling on my head. That song just popped into my head, and I thought, oh my gosh, that'll make for some great pictures. So here's a few creative ones. I like these little cutout raindrops. They're like a little curtain. And then here's some more. There's some interesting reactions. So some of these pictures, I tried to kind of group them up in kinds. And so this little girl's like, oh my, there's rain on my head. These guys are laughing about it. So, and these drafts joined us. Getting all the different kinds in. Thought these were pretty fun pictures. These are people having fun in the rain. Except for the horse below, he might not have liked it. And then these were colorful. I thought this umbrella was really pretty. And this one is pretty fancy with the umbrella and the raindrop cutouts. These were pretty cool. We got into lots of umbrellas. Here's some more umbrellas. I like this one with the tinsel hanging down. And then we get into personality. Before we do personality, I have a Defender Silver Elite fly sheet. So we're going to do a drawing for that. And that's going to go to Kristen Krogman. Krogman. Okay. So congratulations. All right. Okay, so next is personality. Aren't these a hoot? Okay, so this first group is all food fixated. So there was a lot of treat monsters, cookie monsters, things like that. So I took some of the ones that were more unique. And then this kind of shows the variety. We've got a snail here. So she printed a t-shirt for this. This is hilarious. We've got like your heart horse that kind of calms your emotions. We've got working horses. We've got funny horses. And then we have horses that are sweet and kind and princess type horses. And we have horses that wear hats. And then we have some other fun pictures. This is just the family guy. He just looks huge compared to them. This one is bubbly. And that one practices his calmness. And then we're going to change it over to the more ornery type horses. All right. So this one was the funny personality. So we have like the Iceman. This one, she's making this horse some sort of drink. This guy's the Joker. This guy's a dragon. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then we have the horses that do tricks. So the bowing, the laying down, and the rolling. So I thought that was fun. And then there's a couple of personality ones that I thought were best shared with what the person wrote. This one's got his feet up on a rock because he's rock solid. This guy free ranges and he just comes and sticks his nose in the window. I think that's a hoot. I've done that with a few of mine. And this one just likes to swim. He just goes and gets in the lake on his own. That's pretty cool. And I like what she says. He is the bravest. And so that kind of just goes well with his personality. Um, this horse is a hazard. I thought that was kind of funny. And this one over here is something about different kinds of dog food. But there's bags like all over this horse, and he seems to be just fine with it. And this one, she's a peach, always ready to party and have a good time. So I thought those were fun. And I really liked this one. She is a warrior and my protector. I mean, that's some pretty neat qualities to have in a horse. And bear here, that's really cute. Um, she's got her toy horse in her pocket because he's a pocket horse. This one is named after the legendary Casey Tibbs and is cowboy to the core, and she's got her cowboy stuff set up. And Moji is best friends with the donkey Matthew. That's pretty cool. What is the strangest place you have rode your horse? McDonald's drive-through, train tunnel, Tractor Supply, Dairy Queen drive-through, Las Vegas Strip. I like that one. Air show in Canada, trick-or-treating through a neighborhood, Taco John's, Garden of the Gods, Sonic, Cap Rock, local bar, Dairy Queen drive-through, desert, um, Dumping for Dollars fundraiser, Java Flats, Mounted Horse Clinic, a duck farm, a local bar, a golf course, Into the House, San Diego, Under the Interstate, Rim of the Grand Canyon. This is awesome. Jousting, 12,500 feet, archery clinic, Cowboy Christmas, a random river. Yeah, it's like you guys are getting out and having a lot of fun. That is so awesome. All right, let's look at these hay bale pictures. So I put these kind of right up front because they were just unique. They were more than just a hay bale. So both of them are standing over a hay bale, and then she's got two horses at the same time standing over the hay bale, which I like, just, increases the level of difficulty. Um, Here's the process. I guess the side passing is probably not going very well, but they do stand over the bales. This one jumped the bales. So we have a variety of hay bale pictures. I kind of like, these horses that are just kind of staying there on their own. That's pretty awesome. And then we have a few more hay bale pictures. This one was kind of cool because they were both straddling the bale. I thought that was some fun humor. This horse and this gal, their pictures are just so photogenic. They're pretty cool. And then we have this guy. I think I saw that he's a Suffolk Anyway, he has two bales, so I thought that was really fun. And then we have our horses who straddle barrels. And I got the biggest kick out of this one because he's standing there over the barrel and then she's straddling a barrel over here. I thought that was awesome. And then we have some poles to straddle. And notice this one, she's straddling the pole longwise. That's another thing we do in our virtual challenges once in a while. And then we have some more creative things. Some bags. I'm not sure what this yellow thing is. And this little cow and a rock and just some other creative things. This is a slow down bump in a road. Okay, so in a little bit, we're going to talk about that knot, the sheep bend knot. But if there was a knot to learn, what knot would you like to learn? A trucker hitch. Okay. Monkey fist. I saw a bank robber on there. How to not eat too much. That's funny. I love knots. Um, they're just a lot of fun. Okay, so let's do some photos underneath of something. So these are under bridges or trail obstacles. So we've got a curtain, um, a covered wagon, some bridges out on trails. And then we had a lot of pictures that were under shed roofs. And so I kind of just put those together. This one is under some bleachers. And then we had some that were under tarps. And then these were more unique. We had some swing set stuff. I don't know if that's like a center pivot or what that is, a flag. This is a pretty elaborate something. And the airplane is cool. Like, why not take your mini mule to an airplane? Because you already took it to the water park, right? Um, and here's some that were a little more like around the farm kind of things. This one was under a rainbow. There was quite a few like with like skid loaders and backhoes and things like that. And we had several with people underneath their horses. And then this one I thought was cute. She put on here that it was under the weather. Whoops. Okay, so now we're going to look at our sheep bend knot. And I thought this was kind of funny because this little girl, look at the pout on her face. She is like, I am not a knot person. But this young man over here, he's a knot person. And I just thought this was nice how she staged that with that ride more, worry less. I think we all need to do that. And then the kind of the big answer to this is the halter knot. So this is the knot you use on the top of your halter and also when you hook your lead rope underneath your halter. And this was just kind of cool and colorful. And then there's also some other uses for it. So I did a bunch of halter knots. Again, seeing some Mustangs, that makes me happy. I love Mustangs. And then and here's some interesting variations. She did it with her rein. She tied her reins. She did it to keep her bag on. This one was just pretty. This one she did it and used it like a neck rope. And this gal, I thought this was super cool. So she did the knot with her lariat rope and a feed sack, and then she used it to drag the sack. She said some in her comment, she said she was taking mineral out, but the sack is empty at this point. She's hooked it on her lariat rope and she's dragging it back. So I thought that was really neat. All right, trophy buckle number one. Um, I ordered these about the time the challenge started, so they should be here sometime next week. I guarantee they're gorgeous. So yeah. So trophy buckle number one when I figured out I wasn't gonna do the trophy buckles, but so many people signed up that I was like, holy cow, we're doing trophy buckles. So buckle number 1 goes to Wendy, Denai Pruden. Okay, congratulations, Wendy, you have won a trophy buckle. We've already done that. Okay, let's talk about getting the mail. She didn't win it for her photos. She did it for a random drawing. So 2 people are going to win buckles, random drawing. One person's going to win a buckle for their overall photo collection. So Wendy's got all the Clydesdales. Awesome. So let me get back to the oh shoot. Okay, did you guys see? Oh, I can go this way. Okay. All right, so these were fun because we they actually have the post office and got a Texas truck delivery. FedEx guy isn't the mail, but maybe he's the mail. I don't know. And then we have the tech mail getting some email in her office and checking email on the phone. And then these are kind of some trail obstacle mailboxes that might inspire some creativity. I thought this might be fun to add to a trail course. And this hooked into the stump is kind of fun. I have a stump in my trees that's about 4 foot tall, and I have a mailbox just sitting on it, but I thought that was a pretty cool deal. And then here is some more mailboxes. Here's a little girl standing on this trusty pony that does everything to get the mail. And just some more mailbox photos. I thought this was funny, trying to get the mail. So many times you go up to the mailbox and you just can't quite reach it. I thought these were fun. And this was cute. She is reading her horse the bill, and she actually says that's her favorite horse story. So that might got out of place. But anyway, it's kind of like mail. She's reading her horse the bill because the horse probably caused it. All right, random prizes. I think I already did the random prizes. So let's go into the restroom photos. I thought these were a hoot. And here is some more outhouses. I think this horse is backing into the outhouse in that one. And then we've got kind of state park type bathrooms. We got a couple people behind trees I thought was so cute. And then we have, the horse just, goes to the bathroom anywhere kind of bathrooms. This is a true horse mom right here, I think. She's got the toilet paper. She's got the road apples on her fork. We also had several horse trailer bathrooms and a back of the horse trailer, inside of the horse trailer. And then we had some that were went a little extra creative. This little girl looks like she's having a blast, and her horse is about ready to come right in. And I thought these were kind of colorful. This gal's in the stall. I think that's hilarious. Okay, so what is your favorite horse book? We'll have horse book pictures next. So I'm just kind of curious. The Wonky Donkey. Okay. What is the Horse Whisperer, the Phantom Stallion, the Showman, Walter Farley, Scorpio Races, Black Beauty. These are going fast. War Horse, Blue Smoke, Saddle Club series, Horse Whisperer, Done Ladies Just, The Ride of Her Life, My Friend Flicka, The Lonely Pony, Joey, About a Blind Horse. I have met that author. She gave me her book. 10 Little Ponies, Misty, Are You My Mother, Misty of Conatig, Spirit, Black Stallion. Yeah, there's so many good books. So those books just, I think, get that horse thing started young. They're awesome. Okay, so here is some really nice pictures of people just reading all kinds of things to their horses. And so one of the things about this is just kind of slowing down and doing something a little bit different. And there's quite a variety of books here. There's cutting, and this one's about mules. I love that the mule's got the reading glasses on. Emily wants to know if they can buy their own buckle. Let me make a note and I will set that up. Okay. I will set that up and get that out to you guys. So here is just some other fun pictures. I loved this one. This is one of my favorite ones. Who is it that's taking the donkey pictures? Are you in here? Holly Millet. Okay. I love these donkey pictures. They're just so sweet. Okay, and here's some more fun reading. There's some more great pictures. So this lady, I had the pleasure of meeting in Arizona. She competes in the virtual challenges, and she's just a ringer. She's real quiet. You're not really expecting it, and then she just goes and aces the course. So, all right, we've done the random prizes. Okay, we are at glamour shots. Guys, these are fabulous. There is a lot of them because they were just all so good. So be patient. I'm just going to flip through them. We've got the wedding dress out, all kinds of neat things. They're just beautiful. So part of my idea of doing this is giving you guys just a keepsake picture because God bless our horses. Sometimes some things happen to them and then we don't have them. This little girl is adorable. Is this little girl in the group on that pony? And we had a couple of guys join us. I was impressed by that. This one's full out cowgirl. I thought this one was really pretty. I like the chair. I thought it was Lydia. I was just double checking. Okay. Thanks. And there's my favorite donkey again. And a few more. This gal, Elizabeth, I know her. She's fairly local. And I just want to tell her congratulations. A few more. Oh, if I don't know if I can back up. This one has Trail Rider Challenge ribbons on it, so I thought that was cute. Just all kinds of beautiful pictures. This one's very professional looking. I love this one on the beach. Just beautiful colors and have a unicorn. We've already done the pet. Did we do the pedestal building plan? Let me look. We did not. So I have a little booklet that is a how to build pedestals, and I'm going to give away 3 of those. Oops. This is not working. Okay. Pedestal, that's where we're supposed to be. So I'm going to give away 3 of those booklets. This is totally random, but 2 of these people are local. So I pulled out Diana Carta, Sherry Dankinich, and Carol Lee. Okay, so then the next thing was 15 minutes of silence to journal. And we just had so many pictures that I thought you guys can just look at those in the group. But it was really neat. The idea of that is just to be present with your horse. And it was really neat when we just get quiet and still and calm ourselves and just become very, very present. It's just really cool to see how much we actually notice about our horses. And so if you guys read through some of those journal exercises, they're really, really neat. And I just loved this one for the goals, just to put the big girl panties on. And the goals were really cool, but I knew we were going to go over time. So I'm just kind of like summarizing them. I don't know where that list went. Oh, well. But it was funny. I was seeing lots of C words. People want, calmness, confidence. Can't remember them. And I'm not sure where that piece of paper went. So, but they were very cool. Some people wanted to go to events, different shows and things of those. Yeah, you might have to share the Big Girl Panties link in the Facebook group, Sally, because we might all need to know where to get some Big Girl Panties. And then there was people that want to be able to hook up their trailer and go places. So I think that's amazing goal. People who want to learn how to side pass. Several people wanted to learn how to do better transitions, just all kinds of things. And cantering was a big one. And so I just want to encourage you guys. I'm kind of meant to say after the selfies how beautiful all of you are, and that I just hope that you go out and do great things. So I have a thing I put together called the Trail Obstacle Project. It has almost 2 years of content in it. It's how to use trail obstacles, have fun, and improve your horsemanship. I'll put a link to that in your email, and there'll be a couple coupons. There'll be an email that'll go out tomorrow. It'll have the replay, and it'll also have some links to some of the things we talked about tonight. It'll also have some discount codes. So if your goals have to deal with confidence, transitions, any trail obstacles, side passing, anything like that, I think you guys would love the Trail Obstacle Project. So, I'm going to give away 2 people. Shoot, this thing's being silly again. 2 people are going to get 1 free year to the Trail Obstacle Project. So let me draw those. Greta and Sardi. So that's $197 value. And Meadow Hutchie. Okay, so congratulations, you guys get a 1-year subscription to the Trail Obstacle Project. And then, does anyone want a free month? Who's going to raise their hand? First person to raise their hand or put in there they want a free month just to see what it's all about. It's pretty amazing. Tim Dankich. Okay. All right. Slow down. Okay. No more. No more. So I can look at this. Okay. Who do we have? I'll make a couple notes. Okay. Don't put any more in. Okay. So we've got Tim Dankinich. Tifa. Tifa, you're going to have to tell me who you are. And we got Sue. I'm going to take a few of these. LaChance. And Muse is going to have to tell me what their name is. Angela V, you're going to have to tell me what your name is. And Kim, I'm a sucker here. Kim Bowers and AR. If you want this, you're going to have to type your name into the chat. Okay. And then Sydney. Sanderson. And the iPhone that says me, I don't know who it is. Okay. All right. Tiffany. Okay, we've got enough. Tiffany Giles. Sandra Muse. Get these names here. Oh, Andy. Hi, Andy. She got a horse for me years ago. It was nice to see you in the pictures. And then Angela Vanoni. Okay, give me a day or two to get all that set up. And okay. So next, coaching calls with me. So I have a coaching group where we meet once a week. It's cool accountability. I call it my core of horsemanship group. We use the material in the membership, and then we meet weekly and I coach you through that. So I'm going to give away 5 coaching calls. They won't be with the group, but you'll just get to experience what it's like. And you can send me a video. I'll send you a link. You can sign up on a calendar and you can send me a video and we'll discuss it, or you can just tell me what your problem is. We can discuss ideas. They take 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm getting names right now. Okay. And they're going to go to, let me let this person in. Donna Lou Williams, Beth Van Dyke. I have to go slow because I have to write everything down. Chris Ritter. Marls. I know Marls. Deer Shed. I'm not sure how to say her last name, though. I never say it. And Buck Ogden. All right. And then we're going to do a special award for the cutest photos. And I'm just gonna make for a special award. It'll be like a plaque kind of thing. And that is for Lydia Yoder. So congratulations, Lydia. Okay. And then the runner up.
Thank you.
Who will You're welcome, Lydia. you'll get one of my creative creations. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so the runner up is I believe Holly Millet owns this mule or this donkey, is that correct? Otherwise, I will double check that. She is our runner up. And trophy buckle number 2. This is a drawing. Closing my eyes. I've drawn 2 blank pieces of paper out of the bucket. That's so funny. Kimberly Dwight is buckle number 2. Are you here tonight, Kimberly? You don't have to be here to win. I was just curious. All right. And oh, our grand champion didn't get on here. Grand champion, let me. All right. So our champion is Diane Lowry. She's going to get the champion buckle. And I wanted to pull these pictures up for you guys to see if I can get this to kind of minimize or something here. Maybe if I can change this around a little bit. Do it this way. There we go. So anyway, her collection was just amazing. Like everything was just creative and beautiful and finished. She just went over the top on everything. And so I just thought she went to the post office. She did a lot of locations. She went to the water. Anyway, so she's our champion. And Holly Millet is our reserve champion. And Lydia Yoder is our cutest. So that is our presentation. I hope you guys had fun. So let me kind of give you guys a time frame. Sometime tomorrow, you'll get an email with a link to the replay. I'll have a list of who won what. And then the medals and the buckles and everything are supposed to be here within the next 2 weeks. And then it's a process to mail out this much stuff. So please allow a solid 3 weeks for me to get everything to you. And what's going to happen is I'm going to make up a bunch of the postage labels before I have everything so they're ready to go. So you will probably get an email that says, hey, your order is prepared for shipping, and then it's probably going to hang out for a little bit. And then as soon as everything is in, we'll put it in the envelopes and we'll drop it in the mail, and then you'll get another email that says it was accepted at the post office, just so you guys understand how that works and so I don't get 100 questions. Took a lot of people to kind of pull all this together and to check things in and all of that. So I want to thank people that helped me know, and they were awesome. And it's going to take a handful of more people to get all this stuff mailed out. And so I want to thank you guys for participating. I appreciate each and every one of you. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you again. Like I say, mid-October, we'll get the Halloween one going, and it'll go a little past Halloween. So if you want to, use Halloween stuff off of the clearance rack or something, you're more than welcome. You can. And also, if you guys have any suggestions how to make this better, just send me an email and let me know how to make it better. Someone asked how many entries. I think we had about 175 people who finished the challenge. So I think that is pretty amazing. And Again, it took a lot of people to kind of pull this off and get it all together. So awesome. Was there any other questions here? If you didn't have any photos shown, what does that mean? Um, I thought I had everybody's pictures in. That's Wit's iPhone. As long as you filled out that you completed a form, then you were in the drawing and you'll get your medal. And either you missed your photo or something. So I thought I had some in of everybody, and I will check. I'm sure you're in everything, Whitney. I think you might have even won something. Maybe I'm not. No, you didn't. But I'll double check to make sure you're in. But when there was a completion form, Carrie's asking. So you did all of your photos. The link was in the email. It's kind of how I keep track. It helps me keep track of who's paid. So when you guys sign up, you get that email with the pattern and everything, and then there's a link in there to the completion form. So once you finish your photos, you put them in your Facebook group, you go back to that original email, click on that link, and fill out the completion form. The completion form lets us know to go search the Facebook group to find your photos because there's too many pictures to just find them randomly. So there you go. So Carrie, you missed the form. Send me an email. I'll see what you have. Amy, what's your last name? We're technically done. I'm just going through those. Okay. So if you guys who missed it want to just send me an email. Actually, I'm writing it down. I can reach out to you. And we'll make sure you get the form filled out so you can get your medal that says you've completed, your completion medal. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good night, a blessed week, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.